Hi everyone, it's Bianca. I'm going to be starting my live show. We're going to be doing a bit of my segment, which will be about 8 minutes or so, and you guys are welcome to participate in that. And then once the 10 minutes is up, because I'm having people call in, it's going to be kind of hard for you guys to hear the answers of the client, of the guest. So I'm going to actually end the show at that point. But I wanted to welcome you guys into the studio so that you guys feel like you're participating in it. We are pre-recording, so the show that you'll be watching a bit of will be airing on the 16th, I believe. So enjoy. I'll be talking a little bit about sleep and the immune system on this particular segment. And then once I'm done there, I'll be saying bye. So hang on. Hello and welcome to Be Fit for Health. This is Bianca and we are here for another great show. Later on after this segment, we'll be talking with Dr. Krishana Takimoto Gentile, and she'll be discussing a couple of topics on our health and our immune system, and also about the COVID-19 and really what does that mean to our bodies and how can we protect ourselves. So it's kind of an important show. I want you guys to tune into that. So before I start, just to kind of reintroduce myself again, my background in the health industry has been about 30 years, and I've done it all. I've worked in gyms, I've worked in doctors' offices as a clinical therapist. I'm also currently a teacher for NCEP Fitness, and with that, I'm actually certifying personal trainers here in Hawaii, and that's my pleasure and it's my honor, because right now I feel like at this point in 30 years, I'm passing the torch to the next generation and teaching them how to serve mankind and their people and their clients in the best possible way they can. My approach to health now is more holistic, more natural. I teach holistic nutrition as well to these trainers, the future trainers of our world. And I'm excited to be able to do that to facilitate my knowledge and everything that I've learned from the great mentors that I've had. So before I get into the next topic, which is your immune system, I talked a little bit about this last week, and a little bit more about it in the first show, because we are dealing with a issue out there, and we're always dealing with actually something. We're surrounded by viruses and bacteria all the time. Our immune system is so strong and resilient. And you don't even know half the time if you're combating something, because our body has a natural innate ability and intelligence to basically fight off any type of bacteria or infection you may have. And that's the beauty of having a strong immune system. So this is why I'm constantly bringing up the idea of immune system. This is something we can control, and something that we can do ourselves. And it doesn't have to cost a lot of money. Something as simple as moving for 15 minutes a day, or sleeping a good amount of time to let your body rest and reboot and get that energy back to do what it needs to do, is simple enough, right? So I want you guys to remember, you have control over your body to some degree. I mean, obviously, if you have any type of an ailment or pre-existing condition, an autoimmune disease or something like that, obviously it's going to be a little more of a challenge, but you have support with your doctors and your family, hopefully, and you'll be able to combat that as well. My hope is with the show is to be able to provide you with the information you need, empower you, and to give you the ability to make these decisions in an intelligent way for yourself. So moving along, I'm a geek. I like to do some research, and I go to these publications and journals, and I read a little bit about what's out there. So it's not just me saying what I think, even though I have some experience in my past. I'm not a doctor, I'm not a scientist, so I am going to give you some stats from some journals that I read. So the sleep and the immune system, what does that mean? So you're thinking, okay, I'll sleep, what's the big deal? But let me give you some science behind what happens when you're sleeping. So did you know that when you sleep, your brain shrinks? Now, it doesn't mean that you become less intelligent. It actually does become a little smaller so that the cerebral fluid that's in your spine, the synovial fluid in your spine, goes up and down to your sacrum and up to your brain and basically re-nourishes your body. And it gives your brain nourishment as well. And it allows your brain to also detox. And that's kind of important to do because you want to get rid of any toxins that might be built up throughout the day from whatever it is that we do, whether it's thinking too much. I don't know if that's such a thing, but if you think too much or if you're stressing out, and stress we all know is not good for us. It has so many bad components to it. It definitely doesn't allow your immune system to stay strong. So stressing is not a good thing, but did you know that when you sleep and your brain shrinks a little bit and you're getting these fluids in your brain, it actually helps nourish your process of your during your sleep. It helps nourish your body and your brain. So if you don't sleep or don't sleep enough, you're missing this process. And this is necessary for us to stay healthy and for your brain to stay healthy as well. So the second thing too is that when the sun goes down, your body naturally wants to shut down. And the reason why it wants to shut down is so that it starts the repair process. It wants to start healing whatever it went through throughout the day. So all those free radical damages that we get, and believe me, we get a lot because our body makes about 300 sextillion a day. And if you think about that, that's more than a trillion. That's more than a billion. It's sextillion. So if you're trying to combat a free radical in your body and you're trying to get healthy and you're trying to get your immune boosted up, you have to take a lot of antioxidants, right? Well, here's a natural way of boosting your system. You go to sleep. And when your sun goes down and your body wants to go to sleep, usually about 2 or 3 hours after the sun goes down, your body typically wants to go into this mass repair phase. And so the suggestion from these experts is that if you can go to bed by 10 o'clock, from 10 to 2 is where all the mass repair is happening. So it's really important to get into a system, like a clock system, where from 10 to about maybe 5 or 6 a.m. is where the optimal level of sleep is. Because in different phases of sleep, you get different repairs of different organs. So it's really important to remember that sleep is medicine. It is. It really helps you repair the body. So just a little reminder that when you're sleeping, you're not stressed. Isn't that great? Unless you're having a nightmare, but that's a different story. But when you're sleeping and you're not stressed, what happens is that you're turning on the immune system and you're turning off the fight or flight. And that's important too, because fight or flight basically pauses the healing aspect of the body. Fight or flight program puts priority into the system because it thinks it's under some kind of emergency. So you want to turn that off, turn on the healing repair system, and sleep is one of those components that helps you do that. So the 3 case studies that I looked up, the first one was boost your T cell response, and this was done by a Journal of Experimental Medicine. And they say that sleep allows you to turn on the beta integrin, I can't pronounce it right, integrin, which is the docking sites of the cell. T cells dock on the cell, and it helps with the infected cell by killing the virus. So in order for the T cell to be able to dock onto the cell and give it aid and protect it from any type of viral infection, it has to be able to have those 8 areas turned on. And if you're stressed out, it doesn't get turned on. So that's why they say when you're stressing, try to shut down. Try to do something for maybe like a few minutes. Close your eyes, relax. Try to relax the system and then get back into whatever it is you were doing, because that allows your body to not go into this fight or flight program. Again, you want to protect yourself. So the idea is go to sleep, wake up with a better immunity, right? So the second case study I'd say is sleeping habits and susceptibility to the common cold. So they did a survey of 153 people ages 21 to 55 and found that the people who slept 7 hours or more had 3 times more of the effectiveness of their immune system than people who didn't sleep. Now that's kind of important, right? So that shows you right there. If you sleep and you are allowing your body to sleep for at least 7 hours to 9 hours at least, you actually have 3 more of a stronger immune system than someone who only sleeps 6 hours or less. So that's another important part. The third one is the effectiveness of sleep deprivation on the effectiveness of the flu vaccination. So they said that if you find that if you get an adequate amount of sleep, the flu vaccine is more effective in your body. It actually works for you better. So sleep, again, guys, sleep is medicine. Make sure you're getting enough sleep. Make sure you're taking the time to relax your system and make sure you're rebooting your brain and giving it the right type of nourishment and detoxing the system and allowing those T cells to dock onto the cells in the way that it should to help combat any of those viruses. So just a little tidbit. I'm geeking out on you guys again, but I wanted to share that with you because I think this is priceless. Doesn't cost you anything to help boost your immune system with all the things that are going on out there. I thought this would be an easy way for you to at least take some control of your immune system. But we're going to take a really quick break, and when we come back, we'll be with the good doctor and go over some of her ideas on what to do.